All right, y'all, we are live on this beautiful Sunday. Blessings to everybody in the name of Jesus, Yeshua, the Messiah. I pray everybody is very blessed. To everybody who is celebrating the resurrection of the Messiah today, hope you're having a great day with friends and family. And yeah, y'all, man, we are live. It's been a while since I've been live, guys. It's been some crazy times lately. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to A-Train who says, let's go. Shout out to Bisho who says, retesting the local resistance of that long. Shout out to Legends Have It. A lot of shorts got wrecked on that push-up. Was the only fuel, it seems. Yeah, that was a massive short squeeze, y'all. Lots of a huge decrease of open interest on that push to the upside, man. Yeah, that was crazy, right? I'm still holding this long. I've been holding this long for a long time. Basically, I've been long from the tap of this first time we hit into a very key support around the golden pocket and a daily level that we have right around here. And I've just been kind of hodling this thing from right around here is when I first got long, guys. And this Pacific one. If we want to get Pacific, we could also get Atlantic. Yeah, so, you know, if we come over to the order flow, we can see on that move up, wow, what a massive decrease in open interest right here. Shorts absolutely wrecked, and not too many longs even opening here. And in fact, we see a lot of longs taking profit after that big pumperoni. And now we're starting to see some traders come back in. But, you know, basically what has happened here, guys, is the Bitcoin price has come down to a key zone of support where we had a golden pocket right here, as well as a daily level, as well as just the value area low of this very local range that we've been squeezing in for the past few days. It's been an absolute squeeze. It's like when you take a fresh piece of citrus and you cut it in half and you squeeze it. You know what I'm saying? That is what has been happening to Bitcoin. Now make sure to like the stream, guys, because if we can get 1,000 likes during the stream, we will absolutely be giving away. You know what? What the heck, man? What the heck? We'll give away $1,000 worth of Bitcoin. 1,000! Can you believe that? Jeez. If we get 1,000 likes, now they have to be legit, right? Can't be spamming bots in here. All right, can't be spamming bots. All right, let's see who else we got in the chat. Shout out to Memory Man. Memory Man, what is going on? George is long, 35K. Yeah, let's see if we get there. David is short. David's in a short right now. You know, I'm also in a short as well. I'm short from higher, guys. Yeah, I'm in a few different positions right now. So I'm still in a short from like 28.8, and I'm also in a long from the bottom of the range. So I'm in a Casper Schlong, right? I've got the long, I've got the short from the high of the range, I've got the long from the low of the range. And let's get into this price action a little bit, guys, because, man, we're squeezing, and I do believe we are about to see a move come soon, a pretty powerful move. Now, clearly, this move to the downside is being redacted, to use that term, redaction. And so, if we are going to continue up from here, then we need to be aware of the Fibonacci golden pocket as our support from right about here. But to be honest with you guys, I would not be surprised if we come down a little bit lower. But yeah, right now local support for me is going to be the retest of the trend line with the Fibonacci golden pocket at around 27,974. 27,974. All right, so what is going on with Bitcoin right now? Well, on a high time frame, guys, we are in between two very important levels. These two green boxes right here stand as the gateways to massive moves, all right? Massive, huge, shocking moves, okay? Every single crypto YouTuber clickbait thumbnail title word you can think of, that's what we're talking about right here. Now, why? Why? Well, we know why, but just to quickly review, it's because right now we are in between two major value areas. We're in between the value area of the 2-year range that Bitcoin traded at the top of the bull market, basically between April 2021 and November 2021. And we're below that value area, but we're above the value area that Bitcoin traded from June 2022 all the way until February 2023 when we broke out. Now, why is this so important? Because the way volume theory goes, guys, is the market is always trying to establish the fair value for every asset that's trading. And the way the fair value is determined is by asking, okay, at what prices were most people willing to buy and sell? Because if most people are willing to buy and sell an asset for a certain price, well, we can commonly come to the agreement that this is fair value for the asset, right? And when we analyze the volume, it creates these volume ranges where within the blue lines it's considered fair value, right? So when we actually lose a fair value to the upside or to the downside, and then price comes back inside that fair value, it's more probable than not we actually fill the entire value area. So for example, when we came below this value area right here, and then we came back inside the value area, look at this, it was a very quick move to fill the value area, right? Well, the same is true on a much higher time frame right here. We've lost the value area to the downside. If we come back inside, it's more probable than not we get a big push to the upside. But unfortunately, because we've lost this value area to the upside, if we come back inside, it's more probable than not we get a big push downward. Okay? Now, in order to determine what is most probable to happen, we're going to have to go down to lower term time frames. So when we take a look at our indicators here, you know, we can see a few things. First of all, market Cipher B, my favorite indicator in the world. This thing is, in the macro context, very bullish, right? We've got anchor waves, trigger waves, money flow curving to the upside. If anybody doesn't understand how market Cipher works, the money flow is the most important driver of price direction. That's this stuff right here, right? This is the money flow. That's the most important driver of price direction. The momentum waves are going to tell you when the ebbs and flows, the retracements come in, right? So right now, just looking at the weekly, it looks like we are about to get a money flow crossover, which is on the higher term macro, very bullish, but in the shorter term, it looks like we're about to print a top, which means probably we're going to get some kind of retracement soon, but that retracement is going to lead to a higher low, which is going to blast us off. Elon Musk taking out his phone, tweeting about Bitcoin, tweeting about Dogecoin, tweeting about how good Bitcoin is for the environment. Bitcoin actually depletes carbon from the atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? It just depletes carbon from the atmosphere, starving out all those poor trees that need carbon dioxide just to live, right? But that's okay. Carbon is evil. And if you're carbon-based, well, you're probably evil too. But we're not going to go there in this stream, guys, because this is about Bitcoin, all right? This is about Bitcoin right now. And, you know, I do think that when that money flow crosses on the weekly, it could lead to a pretty big move to the upside. But what's been happening is we're coming up to this area of resistance, which is no surprise we're finding resistance here. We've been looking at this for years and months. I've been looking at this area since 2002, actually. I was the first guy on YouTube back in 2002. The first guy on YouTube back in 2002 to actually talk about this level of resistance. So it's no surprise, right? When we go down to the daily time frame, we're starting to see some conflicting signals here. And I know people hate confliction. I myself am also, I'm not a big fan of conflict, okay? But look at this. The money flow is like horizontal. The momentum wave's kind of getting lower. We haven't had much follow through. When we take a look at the RSI, we are seeing something called a hidden bullish divergence. A hidden bullish divergence is where price is making higher lows and the oscillator is making lower lows. This is a continuation pattern, a hidden bullish divergence, right? The last time we had a hidden bullish divergence on the daily, believe it or not, was actually right here when we put in this last major low where the oscillator was making a much lower low as the price was making a much higher low. In fact, in order to see that, we have to zoom out quite a bit here, right? We have to zoom out. The price is making a higher low, right? Now this is happening on a much larger term time frame here, right? So we can't compare these two hidden bullish divergences, but I'm just trying to show you exactly what I mean by hidden bullish. It means as the price is making a higher low in an uptrend, the oscillator is making a lower low, right? In this case, actually becoming oversold, which is quite bullish when you consider other aspects that are actually happening on the chart. So there is a chance we could come up higher from here. Of course, it's a long weekend, so volume is going to be low. But when we check out what's happening now on the order flow chart, this is where things start to get super interesting, right? Let's go to the 1 hour time frame here and notice something very, very, in my opinion, crucial right here, which is from about April 3rd, which was last Monday, if I'm not mistaken, we've seen considerably large amount of shorts actually opening up here. And although their selling pressure is clearly coming in, which can be seen by the CVD getting lower and the open interest getting higher, price is unable to make lower lows. So this is also telling us either one of two things is going to happen. Right now, there are somebody or some buddies who are holding price at these levels, right? There are people who are filling up big long orders here, expecting another move to the upside, because although the sell pressure is coming in, it's not actually leading to follow through. And the only way that's possible is if there's bigger players actually absorbing those short orders to try and fill big long orders. Now, it's going to come to a breaking point at some point, right? Either there's going to be no more sellers to come in here and price is finally going to get that push up, or whoever's holding price up here is going to run out of money and price is going to come down, right? Now, when we're in a range like this for so long, which we have been, right? We've been in this range right now for 3 weeks. What that typically means is that when that range breaks, there's going to be a significant amount of follow through. The longer you're actually in a range, the more significant it is when that range breaks. Okay, so we've got this clear zone of resistance to the upside. In my opinion, this area of resistance, having been hit once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times, if we keep tapping into that, I do think very well could break out. But at the same time, we do have this zone of support down here. And because I would say that this is obviously clear support, if we lose it, we can expect follow through. Now, what else is interesting about this is as we consolidate here, we're forming triangles within triangles, right? We've got this kind of triangle thing forming right here. Right, there's a few different ways we could draw this. I know. It's relative, right? It's all relative. We got this triangle right here, and then within this triangle, we've actually got another smaller triangle that we're currently breaking out of right now, which is this one right here, right? And we could kind of maybe say that these are very, something like this, right? So it's very interesting, consolidation, and when we take a look at the volume that's traded here, right? Look at this. As we trade in the range, the volume is getting lower and lower and lower and lower over time, right? We can clearly see the volume here getting lower as the price is consolidating. What is this telling us? When you see price consolidating and squeezing together very, very tight and the volume is getting lower, this means a very large explosive move is coming for certain very soon. We see this is just a pattern that happens all the time. Low volume consolidation, especially when you got triangles forming, there's going to be some kind of big follow through. Now for me, what's so dang interesting, and I hope my noise gate is on so that you guys didn't hear me drink. That's disgusting. What's so interesting to me right now about all of this is where the potential targets for this triangle pattern is, right? So if we go ahead and we just take a general target of this range breakdown, right, we can see that we're literally coming down to the key zone of support if this triangle breaks to the downside, and also if this triangle breaks to the upside, where are we coming to? We're coming to that $30,000-ish zone, which we know we have many areas of support. Resistance in that area, right? So whatever way this breaks, I will actually be looking to counter trade whichever way this triangle breaks. Okay, so if we get a break to the upside, although I still remain very, very bullish in the long term, we have to be aware that, in my opinion, even if we get a confirmed breakout, we're going to have to get a pullback kind of soon, right? We're going to have to get a pullback soon, even if it's just a pullback leading to another higher low. Why? Because things are getting overextended here. I mean, things are really getting overextended on the oscillators, right? And whenever we put in a significantly higher high on the daily with any kind of bearish divergence, look, the bearish divergences haven't been playing out like crazy, but it's like they're there, and that's where we can expect those pullbacks, right? So what would I actually be looking for? Like, what exact level would I be looking to take a short from? Somewhere around basically that $30,000 level, where we have the weekly order block and like right around here. So basically, it's a pretty big zone, but like, 32.5 down to around that 29,700 area. This is where I'm actually would be looking to potentially enter into a juicy short. If next week happens and we get a big break, everybody gets super bullish, then we get our pullback, and then I would be looking for a long trade like that. Or if we just dump down from here, I would actually be looking toward this area for also a potential long. Now here's something very interesting, which it's a little bit of speculation because we have to look into the future, but if we do, let's say, put in a higher high here, if we do put in a higher high, then we would have some pretty interesting targets if we pulled the fib, right? For example, if we come up for a higher high, the 618 is going to be like right down here. right? A very, very nice, interesting level, which in my opinion would make for a very, very nice long trade, because this would wreck so many people, stop out everybody who longed anywhere in here, but also give us a very nice zone of support to look for a long. Something like this could be very nice, right? Of course, this is highly speculative. We don't know what's going to happen in the future. But for right now, those are the two major zones that I care about most for Bitcoin, right? It is pretty crazy. Also, I would like to point out one more thing, right? What is this lightning bolt? Can we get rid of this lightning bolt here? Can we get rid of this lightning bolt? Let's not show the latest news. Something else I do want to point out, guys. I know this is ByBit. Let's go to Coinbase real quick and just appreciate the fact that you know, volume in general has been what was getting pretty big down here in this area, and now is also starting to taper off a little bit, right? It's starting to taper off a little bit here. So this, in my opinion, we are in need of some kind of a pullback here, right? We're in need of some kind of a pullback. Let me pop into chat real quick. Actually, before we pop into chat, let's see how's Bitcoin doing here, because I am in a long trade, and you know, I haven't really checked it out at all. Shout out to everybody in the stream right now. Got 600 people, about 200 likes. Let's see if we can get 600 likes up in here. That'd be awesome. Walding Tromming says, shout me out, bro. Bro, you're shouted out, man. You are absolutely shouted out right now, man. Dave Digital says racist. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Shout out to Sudeep. What is going on? Shout out to Rick, who's shouting out Sudeep. Shout out to Dylan Wave, says happy Easter. Shout out to Lauren, who said that would be ideal. G Max, last time we had a diamond-shaped consolidation, we rhyming. Okay, so let's take a look at the history past, right? Where was the last time we had some consolidation here in a diamond pattern? Because let's pop back on our chart over here. No, we do have a local resistance coming up here, guys. I mean, we have a local zone of resistance right above us at around 28.6-ish. I mean, I would say I've got a little box of resistance up there that I am kind of interested in. You know, we've got some levels up here. If we pull our fib from the most recent high to the low, we can see that, you know, look at this, man. We've got golden pockets. We've got 7, 8, 6 over here. We've got 6 Juanitas. Where's 6 Juanita? There she is. 6 Juanitas just looking to reject us. Definitely not going to go out on a date with us. We've got 786. Definitely not going to go out on a date with us. She's not even into dudes. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, the 786 we got the 6 Juanita up there. Are we going to get up there? I don't know, guys. It depends. It's weekend volume. By the way, if you want to trade on ByBit with 0% limit fees, link in the description. It's actually a great deal if you trade lower term time frames, although the volatility has been crap the past week. Also, guys, if you deposit $100, you get a month free of the Crypto Fusion Trading Bot, right? The Crypto Fusion Trading Bot, which is this tool that can basically trade for you. For more information, go to jasoncaspertrading.com. And yeah, you get a month free if you deposit $100. This will tell you how it works and everything like that with FAQs and all that kind of stuff. Also, guys, if you want to join the community, the Casper Crew VIP Discord, where we gave the short from the exact high of the range and the long from the exact low of the range, also on the website, guys. Click here to join the Casper Crew. And if you want to learn how to do this, you can check out the courses here as well. We got 2 courses. This one is just a complete comprehensive course. The second one deals only with reading a chart that looks like this, okay? And speaking of a chart that looks like this, what is happening right now? Well, nothing, guys. Nothing is happening. We've got dead volume. Primarily, all this volume right here is traders kind of closing out. Shout out to OP Traders to smash the like. Yeah, this volume is a lot of traders closing out in general. I mean, we had like 22 million, 4 million volume on a decrease of open interest. And we had some traders kind of open up, but now nothing too crazy. So I am hoping we actually come up a little bit higher here, guys. Maybe we can actually hit some of these Targets, golden pockets and stuff like that we got up here. And let's take a look. So somebody says history's rhyming. So last time we formed a diamond consolidation, this was basically the last time we formed a diamond consolidation, we got a fake out and then another move to the upside, but we still kind of stayed in this range, right? We still kind of stayed in this range here. And yeah, we stayed in the range. This is the long trade that we took in the Casper Crew. Whoops, I drew this wrong. Yeah, this is the long trade from down here. It was just a CDW of the low, but yeah, we got the breakdown. It was a fake out. Are we getting a diamond pattern right now? I don't really see a diamond pattern right now, so maybe you could tell me exactly what you're talking about, because we did see that in the past. We saw it in the past, guys. Shout out to Rick Cogswell. He says, hi, everyone. Well, hello, Rick. How you doing, man? I think I already shouted you out. Shout out to Marius, who joined today. Well, welcome, bro. Hopefully it's going to be a good week of trading. I hope it is. I hope we don't have another low volatile week. Yeah, I hope we don't have another low volatile week. These bros want to pull back to 27.7. If it goes back there, it's going to dump, says AZTV. Yeah, I mean, 27.7. I mean, on a low time frame, I guess a retest of that would be okay, right? On a low time frame, we do have some zones below us, right? Check this out. Look at this, right? I mean, it is the value area low of the range. So on a weekend, 27.6, I would say, is kind of a juicy level. And in addition to that, right, if we pull the fib from the low to the high, I mean, we do have the 7860 coming literally right there at the low of the range. So yeah, I could see why you would want to take a long from there on a daily time frame. I mean, on a day trade or a scalp trade. Of course, I'm also looking for a long from there. But you know, obviously, I would want to see us come down even lower for an even juicier long. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I would want to see the bullish Sam Bankman-Fried man boot pattern, where as the price keeps getting lower to key support, the man breasts, this time he has green nipples, getting higher as the price is getting lower as we come down to key support. Look at that face right there. I mean, you can just tell that you're going to be in profit. You know what I'm saying? The profits, he's just screaming about the profits right there. It's actually pretty crazy. Definitely a reason to celebrate. Reminds me of the time I was gambling with some of my friends. Yeah, so Bitcoin not doing very much right now. And we could take a look at some other assets here. Shout out to Crypto Tradester. Shout out to CryptoFace. CryptoFace in the chat right now. What is going on, CryptoFace? Are you talking to me? Am I Market Cipher B's favorite person? Well, if that's true, man, wow. What a compliment. Shout out to CryptoFace in the chat, man. Honored to have you here, bro. It's gonna dump because we have a 1 hour RSI hidden div. Who knows? When will we have a discount link for all the full pack of courses? Perhaps soon, right? I don't know. I don't know. All right, so David says, I think we don't break out. That's the pips fun difference between different platforms. Oh, you're talking about different pips on different exchanges? I guess you're a Forex guy. Yeah, I mean, you know, I like the ByBit USD chart. Even if I'm trading on another exchange, I still use the ByBit USD chart, right? I'm trading right now primarily on MEXC, Bitget, and ByBit. And I chart everything on the ByBit USD inverse perpetual pair because those levels are respected to the dang dollar. To the dang dollar. I mean, it's crazy. You won't see that on any other exchange. Although I will say this. In this range, MEXC's fibs have been much more respected than ByBit's fibs. MEXC fibs have been more respected than ByBit fibs here. I will say that, but in general, ByBit gives the best levels where you can catch those ninja entries from the dollar, right? From the dollar. All right, we should take a look at some other corns on here. Let's take a look at Ethereum real quick, right? Let's take a look at Ethereum quickly here. I do want to take quickly a look at Ethereum. Take a look at it. Yeah. We got, of course, go to the ByBit chart, right? Here we go. Man. All right, we're just going to do some analysis here on ETH. You know, this is actually kind of strange. What happened to all my ETH analysis? I had folders and folders of analysis here on ETH. What is even going on? You know, this could be a problem here, guys. This could be a problem. Hang on one second. Hang on one second. Shout out to whoever dislikes the video. I do hope and pray that you find the content that you are looking for on a different YouTube channel. I do hope so. Man, I'm flopping and groping right now with my own trading view. I really am. I'm flopping and groping right now. I don't know what the heck is going on, you know. This is, and you know what? This is a great time to highlight the fact that this is definitely not financial advice. And I'm definitely not a financial advisor, right? Because I don't even know how to use TradingView. I don't even know where I put my own charts, right? Well, Ethereum, guys, is, in my opinion, looking kind of similar to Bitcoin with as far as the money flow goes on Market Cipher B. In fact, we've got the blue money flow already on the weekly, which makes me kind of bullish, right? I can't get bearish when the weekly money flow is crossing to the upside, right? And here's something else about Ethereum that I think is a bullish thing, is the fact that we have broken out of this kind of, well, there's two resistances you could say that we've broken out of, right? You could say we've broken this, and when we take a look at this as well, I mean, would you look at that, guys? Would you look at this? I mean, it's just, it doesn't get more beautiful looking than that. I know this is the weekly and roughly drawn, but we've had a break of this resistance with a nice kind of retest, kind of even front running the retest. And Ethereum kind of in the same boat as Bitcoin, right? Now, here's the thing. If ETH breaks down, I think it could dump a lot harder than Bitcoin, right? And the reason why is because there's much less support below us on ETH than there is for Bitcoin, right? But here's the thing. I would say that this is broken out, and we could even look at this in a few different ways, right? We could look at this thing in a few different ways here. But I would say this does not look bearish to me on a higher term time frame, right? This does not look bearish to me on a higher term time frame. If we can get back above the $2,000 level, then that opens up much more upside, right? So I would say right now we have major resistance for Ethereum. If we get another pump to the upside, like what we're looking at for Bitcoin, right? For me, major resistance is going to be 21.55. It's going to be super key. 21.55, and if we go down to the daily time frame, okay, we have an even juicier zone of resistance just above that 21.55, which is going to be this right here. We have a daily order block from May, and I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but for certain, when Luna went down, right, and we got all that stuff happening back in the day, most coins, including Bitcoin, formed this weird daily order block right here on the way down, most of them. And if you go back and look at the coins that have already hit that order block, it acts perfectly as a zone of resistance. So we have key resistance in between these two levels right here, 21.55 and 23.40. So if Bitcoin gets another push to the upside and we do get a pullback from around the $30,000 to $33,000 level, I would expect Ethereum to get another push up into here and then do the same exact thing. And in this case, guys, I mean, because this is bullish market structure, I would still be looking for a pullback to then get in on a higher low, right? A higher low. When we take a look at all the volume that's traded here, I would say we could go all the way back to May with this daily order block, right? If we obviously we don't know what the future holds, but if we do get another big push up like this, let's say we come into our zone, then, you know, if we pull some fibs, I mean, we could see some very, very nice confluences back down at these lows, right? To just come back down and get a retest. I mean, on a higher term time frame, this would actually look pretty nice, right? It would look really nice to put in this low, put in a higher high, and then come back in and put a higher low and continue up like this, right? That's actually just a really nice structure right there in the uptrend, right? We've got the high, the low, the higher low, the higher high, the higher low, and then continue up from there. That would be a very nice, you know, flip right there. It's a high volume node. It's the golden pocket, all that kind of stuff, guys. And whenever you establish an area of support like this, and then you come in, you put that lower low, right? And then you come back and you put that same low. That's just strong market structure in the first place. But I mean, also that's not only is it just strong market structure, that would be forming a inverted head and shoulder, right? So we'd have our shoulder, our head, and then, you know, we'd have our shoulder. Yeah, I know it's crazy, right? I know it's kind of crazy, looking, right? It's kind of crazy looking. But you have to understand, when we have this thing forming here, notice where the neckline is gonna be putting us, right? It's gonna be basically breaking us out above this key area where it becomes more probable than not that we make our way back up to, like, you know, a $3,000 Ethereum. So it's just interesting stuff, guys. I like the way the charts are looking, and when I'm thinking about future trades and future swing trades and all that kind of stuff, you know, Ethereum locally, same as the Bitcoin, in my opinion. You know, it's looking pretty much the same. We're in a sideways range. We've had better volatility on Ethereum than we have for Bitcoin for certain, right? Ethereum put in a much more significant higher high than Bitcoin, but that's what ETH always does, right? It always does. It just likes to outperform Bitcoin. It probably will in the next bull run anyway. You know, I hold a lot of Ethereum on spot. Not as much as I do Bitcoin, guys. You know, not because I think Bitcoin's going to outperform. I just love me some Bitcoin, you know. Bitcoin and me, we go way back. Like I said, 2002, right? I was trading Bitcoin back in 2002. Shout out to Lauren, says Caroline is so into SBF's man boobs. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Let's see. Dumpage. Are we dumping right now? Let's check out Bitcoin. Are we dumping? Okay, we got a little perp going on. A little perp. You know, a little perp going on. If you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. ETH bounce from the 6 Juanita. Shout out to Stephen Duke. Head and shoulders don't work like that, Marcelo. Marcelo, man, let me tell you a thing. All right. I mean, I force patterns to fit, and you got. It's not about the pattern, right? It's about the market structure. But the pattern and the market structure work hand in hand. Whenever we're looking at patterns, we're always just looking at market structure, right? It's just a simple way to look at market structure. All right, so if price is making higher lows, and you know, we put in a nice bottom, something like this, for example, a nice rounded bottom, right? A rounded bottom is a bullish pattern where we put in a low, then we put in a lower low, and then we put in a higher low, right? A nice rounded bottom, bullish pattern. Some people might call that an inverted head and shoulders, right? But the reason why it's bullish is because, you know, here we go. We got our inverted head and shoulders here, right? And we're consistently putting in that higher neckline, which we know is bullish, right? Because the market structure is making higher highs and higher lows. Some people might call that an inverse head and shoulders. Some people might call that a rounded bottom. Some people might even call it a cup and handle, right? Some people might call that thing a cup and handle. They'd be like, oh man, look at this. We got this nice cup and handle thing forming right here. You know, when we come back down, right? And then we do something like this, and then kabam, cup and handle breakout, right? We're just looking at market structure. So I found, and of course, you know, this isn't financial advice because I don't know how to use TradingView at all. And I don't even trade with real money, all paper trading, all fake, everything's fake, okay? I'm fake, I'm a deep fake AI. But, yeah, it's like, I found that when you force patterns, they kind of play out, man. They kind of play out, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, to each their own. I force fibs to fit also. If I see a nice level, I'm like, man, I wish there was a fib there. I'll somehow force a fib to fit, and I'll tell you, that 6 Juanita, man, gets respected, because here's the thing. I am forever in the friend zone. So it doesn't matter if we're dealing with a very popular, hot cheerleader 6 Juanita, or just some random 6 Juanita who I would never even notice unless I forced myself to pull a fib there. Of course she's going to reject me and not go out on a date with me. You know what I'm saying? So maybe it's crazy of me to force TA to fit, but that's how I trade, man, and it works well. So, you know. Shout out to everyone in chat right now. John Thomas, go ahead and flex those fake guns. Yeah, that's true. I even got fake guns. I got anchor arms from SpongeBob, but my delts need work, says everybody. Do you guys think my delts need work? You know? Alright. Shout out to Andy S in the chat, man. Andy S, an OG, a long time viewer and supporter of the channel. Appreciate you, man. God bless you. Alright, guys. Shout out to AZTV. How's the sparkling water hitting today? It's a little bit strong today, guys. You know, this sparkling water is a little bit stronger than usual. I think it's got a higher content of carbon, which we all know is a horrible thing. So, but yeah, guys, wanted to come in for a quick live. I'm gonna head out, guys. God bless you all. Thank you so much for being here. And we'll be going live a lot this week, Lord willing. But yeah, guys, may the Lord bless you all. May he protect you. May he shine light upon you. May he have grace upon you. May the Lord turn his face towards you and give you wholeness and peace in Jesus' name. Thank you guys so much. God bless you all. I appreciate every single one of you so much for taking the time to watch. And I'll see everybody in the next stream. Peace.